Okay guys, in this lessons, I'm going to show you how to solve quadratic equations with imaginary solutions, okay? So you're getting, in number one, you're getting x squared minus 2 equal to negative 8. Normally we would try to factor this out, but since notice that there are some terms missing here, we don't have to use that method. And you can solve this by taking the square root method, okay? So we will add 2 to both sides. And then you have x squared equal to negative 6. And then we're going to take the square root to the left and to the right. And once you've done that, don't forget that there's a plus and minus because there's two answers, not one. Okay, so square root of x squared is x. And then you have a plus and minus. If you punch this into a calculator, it's going to say domain errors. That means no solution, but we learn how to take negative square root. So it looks like this. We're going to split into 2. And square root of negative 1, you know that it's I, and then bring down the square root of 6. And this is your final answers. Okay, let's move on to number 2. In number 2, you have to isolate the x squared. So what the next step we're going to do is we're going to divide both sides by negative 3. And then we'll get x squared equal to negative 8. Just like the previous problems, once you have the x squared isolated, you're going to take square root to both sides. So it becomes plus or minus here. And then square root of x squared is x equal to plus or minus. And for square root of negative 8, we can rewrite this as square root of negative 1. And square root of 8 is square root of 4 and square root of 2. Right? Because if we multiply this out, it's going to give us square root of negative 8. So this is going to be I. Square root of negative 1 is I. Square root of 4 is 2. And then square root of 2 stay as square root of 2. So your final answer is plus or minus 2i square root of 2. Okay. Let's move on to the next one. Number 3. Same thing like the other ones. We're going to divide both sides by 10. So we get x squared equal to negative 72. Taking square root both sides, and we get plus or minus. So square root of x squared is x equal to plus or minus square root of negative 1. And if we do 72, that's 36 and 2, right? If you pick 8 and 9, which is also correct, but you have to show more work. 36 and 2 is better, less work. Okay, so here you get x equal to plus or minus square root of negative 1 is I, square root of 36 is 6, and then bring down square root of 2. So your final answer is plus or minus 6i square root of 2. And that's the answer right there. Over here, we're going to subtract 6 to both sides. Get x squared equal to negative 36. And then we're going to take the square root to both sides. That's going to be plus or minus. So here we get x equal to plus or minus square root of negative 1, square root of 36. So x equal to plus or minus I times 6. So your final answer is plus or minus 6i. And that is it. Now go start on your homework.